The Fisherman and the Genie.
Old Hassan was a humble fisherman whose weathered hands knew the feel of every ripple and current in the vast Arabian Sea. Each morning, before the sun had even kissed the horizon, he would cast his nets, hoping for a catch substantial enough to feed his family. His boot was old, his nets mended countless times, and his luck, more often than not, was as sparse as the desert rain. One particularly sweltering morning, Hassan rowed further than usual, his heart heavy with the thought of his hungry children. He cast his net with a sigh, patiently waiting. When he began to pull it back in, he felt an unusual weight. His hopes soared, perhaps a giant fish. But as the net surfaced, tangled amongst the weeds and small fry, was not a fish, but a heavy, barnacle-encrusted brass bottle.
Hassan examined the bottle. It was ancient, with strange symbols etched into its surface. "Perhaps it's valuable," he muttered. "Enough to buy some bread." He tried to open it, but the stopper was jammed tight. With a grunt, he took out his small fishing knife and carefully pried at the seal. Suddenly, with a great pop, a column of thick, black smoke erupted from the bottle's mouth, swirling and expanding until it coalesced into a colossal, terrifying figure. It had fiery eyes, enormous hands, and a voice that rumbled like thunder. "Woe betide you, mortal!" bellowed the genie, glaring down at the trembling fisherman. "For freeing me, you shall suffer." Hassan, though terrified, was also a man accustomed to hardship. "Suffer? After I released you from your prison? What kind of gratitude is that?" "Gratitude?" roared the genie. "Do you know how long I have been trapped in that wretched bottle? 1,000 years. For the first 100, I swore I would grant magnificent wishes to my liberator. For the next 200, I swore to make them rich beyond measure. For the next 300, I swore to simply kill them swiftly. But for the last 400, my anger festered, and I swore to bestow upon my rescuer the slowest, most agonizing death imaginable." Hassan thought quickly. This genie was powerful, but clearly very proud. "A slow, agonizing death, you say? That's quite a boast for someone who spent 1,000 years stuck in a bottle?" The genie bristled. "Are you questioning my power, insignificant human?" "Not your power, mighty genie," Hassan said, bowing slightly, "but your story. I find it hard to believe that a being as vast and powerful as you claims to be could fit into such a small bottle. I mean, look at you. You are enormous. That bottle is no bigger than my arm." The genie scoffed. "Fool! It was a magical imprisonment. I assure you, I was indeed trapped within that very vessel." "Forgive my doubt, venerable spirit," Hassan replied, feigning humility. "But my simple fisherman's mind struggles with such wonders. Show me how a being of your immense stature could possibly squeeze into that tiny bottle. Then I will believe your tale of 1,000-year imprisonment, and I shall accept my agonizing fate without question." The genie, whose pride had been piqued beyond measure, fell for the clever trick. "Very well, mortal. Behold the power of the genie." With a whoosh and a swirling vortex of smoke, the colossal figure began to shrink, compressing itself, spiraling down until, with another pop, all the smoke was sucked back into the brass bottle and the stopper slammed itself shut.
Hassan, with a triumphant grin, snatched up the bottle. He carefully examined the stopper, ensuring it was firmly in place. "Well, mighty Genie," he called out to the sealed bottle, "it seems you're back where you belong." He chuckled to himself, then rowed his boat back towards the shore, the heavy brass bottle tucked safely in his net. He didn't wish for riches or power. He only wished for a good day's catch and a peaceful life. And with the troublesome genie safely contained, he felt his luck had already turned. He decided he would throw the bottle back into the deepest part of the sea, far away from any other curious fisherman. And so old Hassan continued his humble life, having outsmarted a creature of immense power with nothing but his wits.
That's a fantastic story. The most powerful lesson is that intelligence and quick thinking are often more effective than sheer physical strength or magical power. When your ego is controlling your actions, you are easily distracted and defeated. Humility allows you to assess situations more clearly. In moments of crisis, taking a moment to breathe and think strategically is far more effective than reacting purely based on fear. True contentment often lies in the simple things, like a good day's catch and a peaceful life. And pursuing excessive wealth or power can often lead to new forms of trouble.